Should you focus on reading more books or implementing a few books deeply? Here's the thing. Books, whether we like to admit it or not, there are way too many books out there. There are some level where people are just putting their opinion in books, publishing them, telling you that it's fact. There are some books that are fact, honestly, have not been published to the level or printed out to the level where you can access them. When you're asking yourself, should you focus on reading more books or should you focus on implementing a few? The answer is you should implement a few. What's going to help you the most is your level of research. If you want to become a better communicator, you want to speak better, you want to understand people better, you can read 100 books on that. If you're just reading, you are not implementing, it does not matter. There is a few books that you should identify that will help you become a better communicator. Now, I always say pick 5 books. 2 books that you find on your own, 2 books that you have identified from someone who is efficient in that area, 1 book from a mentor. You read those 5 books. From there, you gather the amount of information that is needed, that you feel is most common, you apply that. Am I saying read the 5 books, wait to apply? No. The 2 books you should be applying. The 2 books that you read from the person that you identified as the most efficient person in that realm, you then apply that information. The books that you have learned now from your mentor, that mentor, if they're helping you with your communication, you should be taking that feedback, implement it, and become a better communicator in your own right. You do not need to read 100 books on communication unless you are someone without a doubt teaching communication or it is your profession to be a communicator. If you're just a person doing your day-to-day life, you don't need to read 100 books on anything unless it is something that you now say, I'm going to become a professional in this. Once you become a professional, I do not think you should stop reading anything that is related to that profession. If you are a teacher, you should read as much books as you can about teaching. Reason why, you will never know what a day in a classroom is going to present to you. You want to be flourished, consumed with the amount of possibilities what you can see in the classroom, whether that is children, that is with teenagers, adults, it doesn't matter. You want to have as much information as possible. If you're someone who, let's say that you're a parent, you never plan on teaching, you should read some books about what kind of teacher should I see my child having, being able to go into a classroom and apply, like, okay, they kind of have this going for them, they have that going for them. Are they a good teacher? Yes, no. You just want that basic of information. You don't need 100 books to do that. You probably need 1 or 2. If you're just brushing up on something, you don't need 100 books. Most of these things in life is always going to come down to what's best for you. If I'm making a suggestion on reading a plethora of books or reading a few books deeply, I'm going to say go a few books deeply. 5 books. 2, you find on your own. However you find them, you find them. You read them. You try to implement them. The other 2 books, you're going to get these from someone you've identified to be a professional, or you can actually respect their opinion on that topic. Once you've done that, pick 1 person that you feel you can have a conversation with that is close enough to mentor you. You ask them, hey, what book did you read to learn that? You read that book and now you just synthesize the information across those 5. More likely or not, you do those 5 books deep dive enough, you'll be fine on that topic. Enough where you can at least talk about it or understand it. Now, if you gain your profession, get consumed by it, never stop.